Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay, and tonight we have an extremely special treat for you. We are theory crafting my Mardu, Gunslingers, Gravediggers, Outlaws, and Mercenaries deck. Oh yeah, OTJ is here, and it's time to start theory crafting some new stuff. So we have a Mardu Outlaws batch combination deck right here. I think you're really gonna like it. I'm just doing a little preview. I wasn't invited to early access, unfortunately, but I still wanted to give you some good ideas for new decks to think about and all the different combinations that we can run. And so if you like this one, make sure to tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button. Don't smash them. Or else, you know, the like and subscribe will, of course, attack you and maul you and rip you apart for not liking and subscribing to the channel. You can join us on our stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for a live stream goodness. I did live stream this. You can follow me on YouTube. You can hit the bell when we go live on YouTube or follow on Twitch. We have a Discord where you can see all the OTJ spoilers and post your own OTJ decks and ideas with the rest of the community. And of course, this deck and all the other ones that I do are available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want to find a copy of this one, it's going to be on AetherHub. It's going to be available to everybody to take a look at. So what are we talking about when we talk about Outlaws? Well, there's a new thing. It's called Batch. This is a new mechanic for OTJ, Outlaws at Thunder Junction. Well, you have to have Outlaws in the Outlaws at Thunder Junction, right? An Outlaw is a pirate, rogue, assassin, mercenary, warlock. Okay? Any of those. I think I'm missing one as well. I think that I think that's all of them. It's 5 creatures. All of them are considered yeah, it's right here on this guy. Assassin, mercenary, pirate, rogue, warlocks are all outlaws. So whenever you see an effect that says, do this with outlaws, if an outlaw does this, this happens. If this happens with an outlaw, do it. That is what we're referring to when we talk about outlaws. So what does that mean? How are we going to use this to our advantage? How are we going to use this new OTJ mechanic to our advantage? Well, we have a lot of options because we just had some pirate decks, some rogue decks, some other stuff. We're going to start out with our simple removal, which is going to be cut down, destroy evil. That's going to be very basic. You know, that's nothing new. And I think I put Lightning Helix over here, which gave me the Japanese version. Simple removal, that's going to be what you want. You want to get into the meat and potatoes of this one, I know. Greedy Freebooter is going to be, his power is even going to be more powerful because guess what? Even though we run him in a lot of stuff right now, he's an outlaw. 1 black and 1 human pirate, 1/1. When he dies, you create a treasure token. The whole point of this deck is to generate outlaws so we can trigger Vile Smashers. So we have Greedy Freebooter coming in for 1 and creating treasure so we can ramp. Bitter Triumph is going to be another removal. Now we have Charming Scoundrel, which is another one that is another card that has so much utility now, expanded in OTJ because it is a rogue. Guess what a rogue is? A rogue is an outlaw according to the new batch rules. This one will give you a treasure, lets you discard and draw, or create a wicked roll because you know them gunslingers. They are wicked, wicked men. Always drinking, gambling, shooting, and carrying it on. I have Fanatical Offering here as well because we might have a lot of treasure or some other artifacts or just creatures that we can get rid of that we can sacrifice and draw 2 cards. We want to kind of keep cards flowing in this. If you look at the price, the cost of this as far as CMC, it is very cheap. It's kind of an aggressive deck that's going to hit a whole lot of different things right here. Now here is going to be the core of what I am talking about. This is going to be the main thrust of this deck with this combination mercenary outlaw thing right here. Form a posse. Okay, this is going to be a Boros color right here. 1 red and 1 white and X. Create X 1/1 mercenary creature tokens with target creature you control gets +1 until the end of turn, activate as a sorcery. What that means is that any of the mercenaries that you have, basically a mercenary gives a creature +1 power. It's basically forming a little group who is going to make one guy very, very powerful by adding their guns, adding their spells, their might, whatever they have. You say, Jay, that seems like an okay card. I mean, that seems fine. Well, it's, you know, you create a bunch of tokens, but what are you doing? You're just doing token spam? I got even one better for you. It's not just token spam. It's token spam pings. All right? This is a new guy right here. This little cowboy goblin right here. Vile Smasher, Gleefer Grenader. Oh yeah, he's got his dynamite on him. 1 red and 1 black. Legendary creature, Goblin Mercenary. Whenever another outlaw enters the battlefield under your control, Vile Smasher deals 1 damage to target opponent. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. He is only a 2-drop, he's a 3/2, and he is only uncommon. So that means anytime you play a Greedy Freebooter, anytime you play a Charming Scoundrel, he is going to ping, or play another one of him, he is going to ping our opponent for 1 damage. Whisper Drinker Vampire, guess what? That's a rogue. That is a rogue. That will also ping him. Akul the Unrepentant, I think, was that the one you were talking about? Akul the Unrepentant, he's a rogue as well. That will ping. How do we make this even worse? Well, form a posse. Guess what? If we start the game with all this treasure ramp, we put down Vile Smasher, we play form a posse with 5 mana or something like that. We play it down for 7. He does 5 damage to our opponent. You want to make that worse, Jay? You say, Jay, well, that's cool, Jay. I want it to be even worse. I want to really rip down the sun on these guys. I want a quick draw. I want 6 guns shooting down. Well, let's bring it up a notch right here. Throwing War Leader's Call. Yeah, we're running Mardu. We have white. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Combining Vile Smasher turn 2, War Leader's Call turn 3, and maybe using the treasure we made to hit Form a Posse turn 4 with like 3, that's 6 damage. We'd play this for 5, that's 6 damage. We are shooting down. That's a 6 shot right there. You know we love 6 shooters now. That is an amazing curve. So 2, 3, 4, boom, 6 damage. And every single one of these little tokens we put out is now a 2/2. You say, Jay, that's not even enough for me. That's not enough damage. I want to absolutely destroy them. I want to dynamite them out of the universe. Well, we have Akul the Unrepentant, which we'll get through. But we're going to pull the old trick that people haven't been running for a while with Ojer Axil, Deepest Might. Guess what? We have to go bigger. Yeah, we have to go bigger. 2 red and 2 4/4 legendary creature god. He is Trample. If a red source would deal damage, non-combat damage, less than Ojer Axil's power to an opponent, that source deals damage equal to Ojer Axil's power instead. What does that mean, guys? Anytime that you play a mercenary, any kind of outlaw with Vile Smasher on the board, guess what's going to happen? He is going to deal 1 damage, which Ojer Axil makes him deal 4. You could play Form a Posse, like I said, for 5 mana, that's going to do 12 damage immediately. The more you play in Form a Posse with Vile Smasher and Ojer out, to kill a guy, you play 7, and then he's gonna do 4 apiece. You play 7, he does 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and then that's it. It's lights out. That is really, really, really good right there. By combining it with Ojer and War Leader's Call, it's even worse because each red source that does that 1 damage is doing not 1 but 4 with Ojer Axil. You want it even more. You're saying, Jay, that's not even enough for me. I'm doing like Ronco cut knives right here. But wait, there's more. Whisper Drinker Vampire. Yes, she is a rogue vampire. When I was looking up rogues, I said, oh, okay, now we got vampires in this. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So now combine Vile Smasher with Whisper Drinker and War Leader's Call. Anytime that you put down a Greedy Freebooter, 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage, gain and drain right there. Anytime you do Form a Posse for 4 on that, 9 damage immediately. And you gain 3 life on top of that. Whisper Drinker is going to take this again. And don't forget, Whisper Drinker coming in is going to ping for damage as well, because she is a rogue. She is a 2/4 flying. So you have all of these enter the battlefield triggers for all of these different creatures. And guess what? A lot of the new stuff, this is what I'm showing you here, by the way, guys, because I know what you're saying. A lot of the new stuff, Jay, I can't afford a lot of the new stuff. I don't have wilds. The main cards of this new deck, okay, the main engine is going to be uncommons only. How do you like that, guys? For light on budget guys who are saying I didn't save any gold, I don't have the wilds, I want to get involved in OTJ, but I don't know what to do yet. All of the new cards, aside from Akul, who is not really necessary for this deck, you don't need him. The main new cards being Vile Smasher and Form a Posse, uncommon only. You only need to spend uncommon wilds to get the primary engine of this deck up and running. Everything else is pretty cheap. In paper, this whole deck, if you bought it wholesale, is only $87, which honestly is probably mostly from the cost of the double lands. You could probably get it cheaper if you already had some double lands or just playing basic lands. You could probably get it to the price of maybe one of those pre-constructed outlaw decks that they have there for you. So not a bad one at all. Akul the Unrepentant is a nice guy here. He is 2 red. Well, he's actually not a nice guy. He's a real bad guy. Scorpion Dragon Road, 2 red, 2 black, flying and trample, 5/5. Sacrifice 3 other creatures. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery in 1 each turn. I think he's just kind of our closer, our finisher, a last little gunslinger rogue to bring out and bang it and bang damage. You don't need him. You absolutely don't need him. He's just a fun card. I wanted to put a new fun card into the game. Something else that was a little bit newer and fun. So you just need some of this older stuff right here. If you don't have an Ojer Axil, you could get away with 2. You don't need 3. Everything else, first of all, you should already have War Leader's Call. Everybody has War Leader's Call now. Everything else is pretty cheap to get. This is not heavy on your wild cards. This is pretty cheap overall. It's cheap in price right there. The spread is, of course, going to be 1, 2, 3, and then we have a couple that are on 4. Again, the biggest thing here is being able to play with these triple colors right here. The triple colors, yeah, you are going to spend a little bit of wilds trying to get the triple colors down. The main thing that you're going to want is red and black. White is not super necessary. It's necessary, but red and black is going to be the main thrust of what you have. So a really, really, really cool combination of cards here. And again, I want to reiterate, because I get a lot of things, cool deck, but I can't afford it. I can't pay for this. I can't get any OTJ cards. The new OTJ cards, they're just uncommons. That's how quickly that they can plug into the new stuff, and we can get this rogue sorcerer stuff out of this, because pirates are outlaws, rogues are outlaws, mercenaries are outlaws. Really, really, really cool. You know, I love the gain and drain effects. I love the ping effects. This one is going to be fun. Now, this isn't my final version. I am going to play this version a little bit when OTJ comes out. After I've played it, I'll probably make a video with the revised final version. This is just kind of to spur your ideas, spur your memories, spur your building, your desire to build, and your creativity. So tell me what you would change about this. Is there something else? Somebody said, Edwin, first time chatter, thank you, said Sulfim. Sulfim, yeah, if you have Ojer Axil, if you don't have Ojer Axil, but you have Sulfim Mayhem Dominus or whatever, throw them in there. The whole point is to get a lot of rogues onto the board to hit for each damage, and then maybe try to get Whisper Drinker, Vial Smasher, and War Leaders. Start spamming cards out as fast as possible. The best way to do that is form a posse. That is what we're looking at right there. So that is my idea for the Mardu Gunslingers and Gravediggers. That's what we want on this one, the Mardu Outlaws build. It will be available on my AetherHub. We will be building a video coming up. If you like this, please, if you like this build, if you like what you see here, like the content, all the new OTJ builds that are coming, just doing a little bit of a preview right here for you guys. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. OTJ content is coming as soon as I possibly can. I'll see you in the next one, guys. I've been JVillain, and you've been great. Bye-bye, everyone, and happy shooting.